Ladies and gentlemen, what is this that Uhuru Kenyatta is aware about the youth of this country that is making him to become unique in his speeches that he's making, either in church or in any private forum or in any public forum that he has been given a chance to say something? What is he up to as far as the youth of this country are concerned? What is he up to? The first time he spoke, listen what he said.
Shida ya watu siku hizi, everybody ana sijui mumeogopeshwa, sijui even you gena naona rudi uingie hii majenzi, nyinyi ndio the story of the future. Fight for your rights bwana, sio kukakaa hapo mambo mali yenu ichukuliwe na nini, mumeitolea jasho. Msikubali, pambaneni, muhakikishe mumepata haki yenu. Mnasikia nyinyi? Sio kukaa hapo tu. Kuna kitu inadumu.
Now listen again at this occasion what he was saying.
You, our young people, will have to play your part in reshaping the destinies of our countries of birth, and you will help us realize that this is the moment for each and every one of you to step onto the stage. Your time has come.
That is President Uhuru Kenyatta, the retired, speaking and urging the youth of this country to stand up and fight for their nation. Why is Uhuru Kenyatta focused on the youth of this country? Number one in my list, it is that Uhuru Kenyatta keenly observed what happened last year, June, especially June 2025. And he knows very well that the youths, whatever they did, it was organic. The demonstrations across the country were organic. And therefore, there's some great ability in them that can be able to dictate what happens in this country. That dictation comes on the basis of their numbers. He knows very well the youth of this country are huge in number, forming about 75% of the Kenyan population, more especially the millennials and the Gen Zs. So that means very well that Uhuru Kenyatta knows very well that these people are eligible to vote, and if they are together, slightly injected, if they come out to vote, nobody can joke with this country. William Ruto will go home, and the incoming government will have to deliver for the people of Kenya. That is a fact. So mobilization among the youths, where they could be able to mobilize themselves through social media, to be able to move to have demonstrations that were successful in Kisii, Nairobi, Kisumu, Eldoret for all the places, Mombasa, and Nakuru, plus many other towns in this country, even in Nyeri. People demonstrated across the country. Youths against the finance bill 2024. That level of mobilization does not exist anywhere. It requires huge amounts of money, but it happens. Therefore, making it very clear that Uhuru Kenyatta knows the ability of the youths on mobilization. Secondly, these youths, most of them are educated. The education background of these people is so rich. Most of them were educated during Kibaki's time. They got free education and they managed to go to school successfully and finish until university. These youths, if they are brought together, they can give some good brains that can be able to change this country in various sectors. But secondly, they are conscious on their political role, they are conscious on what they need from leaders, and they are conscious on where they want the country to be in the next few years. They know the 2030 vision that Kibaki had laid down. So therefore, as we speak today, Uhuru Kenyatta knows that these people are educated. If you speak to them sense, they will listen. And actually knows the problem of this country is primitivity, more especially in parts of this country where people are not so much informed to an extent that they vote for anyone because of either money, first, second, lack of knowledge on what is happening. But now the youths of Kenya bring in a new version of people, of voters. This is the version of educated and conscious ladies and gentlemen for this country. For this country. So therefore, it's very clear that Uhuru Kenyatta knows the power of these people, and if it is well tapped, well calculated, well preserved, well used, it can be able to change this country by far. That is what makes me feel strongly that Uhuru Kenyatta is making speeches right, left, and center in support of youths and calling the youths to come out and demonstrate, including his own daughter. His own daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing I was able to learn is this. Uhuru Kenyatta knows that it is time for change in this country. It is time for change. And the people who can change this country are the youths. The change they have in them in terms of thinking and actions, it's what this country needs, and its time has come. So he knows there's no one who can progress forward without having the youths on board. That's basically what is happening as we speak today. So Uhuru Kenyatta is quite much aware that the youth of this country are determined to make this country great, and the change that is about to come, it will be immensely be determined by them. Now, however, there have been responses from various quarters, more especially in the government, on the involvement of Uhuru Kenyatta towards the youths. Then I sat down and asked myself, why do they hate Uhuru Kenyatta? Has been saying so many things. Why is it that they fear this statement? They have to send, Ruto has to send his dogs to come and bark in the public.
Wewe ulikuwa president jana, hata wino yenye ulikuwa unasainia decisions kama rais, hata haijakauka, lakini suddenly umekuwa very clever na umekuwa malaika haraka. Sasa wewe ndio unatupatia lecture kusema fanyeni maandamano, pigeni serikali. Na jana ulikuwa hapa, hata miguu yenye hata ile penye ulikanyaka ukitoka mlango ya State House haijakauka. Suddenly very clever. This exploitation of our young people is not right. And I want to ask leaders across the political divide. This is not an issue for political gain. This is an issue that we must, all of us, act responsibly.
Number one, they know Uhuru Kenyatta's ability. Uhuru Kenyatta has the ability to do so many things. Number one, if he wants to fund the youth in this country to come out and demonstrate and vote, he can be able to do that. The first one. They can come out because he's wealthy and they can be able to come and listen to him. That is number one. Man in this Kenya works so many miracles within the political terrain. So therefore, Uhuru Kenyatta having the finance, it sends a serious warning to President Uhuru Kenyatta and his men. Number two is the influence that Uhuru Kenyatta has. If you look at the people that is controlling this country, there are people who subscribe to his leadership because of the poor leadership that William Ruto has been portraying ever since he got into office. People have started seeing some good things Uhuru Kenyatta did that William Ruto is barring completely, including Linda Mama that used to assist women across the country. So therefore, when Uhuru Kenyatta comes out to speak, there must be responses against Uhuru Kenyatta so that they can tame him. We have to remember critically that when it was during the campaigns times of 2022 elections, leaders from William Ruto's faction ensure that Uhuru Kenyatta has stayed silent. Though they did not shut him completely, but they managed to curb Uhuru Kenyatta by 90%. I tell myself 90% because if Uhuru Kenyatta wanted to come out and campaign, then the mountain could have voted for Raila Amolo Odinga immensely. But he was somehow a gentleman, trying to hold himself. We brought the fear from Raila Ruto that you should be a retired president, relax like Kibaki and stuff. That showed very well that Uhuru Kenyatta had the ability, but they tried to go ahead of him not to come out. So therefore, if Uhuru Kenyatta gets involved in the local politics as we speak today, then this country will be able to change, and the youth more especially will be able to vote and vote immensely. So when we speak about Uhuru Kenyatta coming on board to speak about the youths, he has to scare these people because they know that Uhuru Kenyatta can change the terrain of this country. Seeing the Cabinet Secretary for Interior speak on this matter instead of talking about security issues, blaming him for calling out the youths, that was a clear indication that William Ruto is afraid of Uhuru Kenyatta's involvement. And probably right now, they are working out on the same thing to ensure that Uhuru Kenyatta does not get engaged in the local politics at all. I don't know what's your take as far as Uhuru Kenyatta is concerned. But please, on the comment section, please share with me what is your opinion on Uhuru Kenyatta's involvement on bringing up the youth of this country to participate actively in the Kenyan politics. See you next time for more videos. My name is Abel Mokwa. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm sorry for the homework, but I know by tomorrow I'll be okay. And I'll do so many videos here that involve the analysis on the various things that are happening in this country. Despite the syllabus is moving a bit fast, I know I'll be able to catch up very well. See you next time for more videos.